Bowing brouhaha last Thursday in Tampa, Florida. President Obama seems to, there you saw it right there, he bowed, but this time to the mayor of Tampa.
Mayor Pam Iorio joins us right now from Tampa this morning to talk about greeting the president on the tarmac. Ms. Mayor, congratulations on an unbelievable city. We've both been there many times, book signings and seen military. But Ms. Mayor, what was going on with the bow? Did you say something that made the president say, thank you? What happened?
What?
You know, it was a real pleasure to greet President Obama and Vice President Biden. They were both in Tampa last Thursday to announce $1.25 billion for high-speed rail, a connection between Tampa and Orlando, which is very significant for the state of Florida, a great investment in the future. Right. You know, President Obama is a very gracious person, and, you know, I really think that's just part of his personality.
You know,
it's a good part,
okay.
Great part of his personality.
Sure, and Mayor, I'm sure you saw the picture of when he bowed to the guy from Saudi Arabia,
Japan,
and the Emperor of Japan, and people said, you know, the President of the United States should not bow to anyone around the world, and there's a picture with the Saudi king. And so when we saw him, what appeared to be bowing to you, we wondered, do you think he did it out of courtesy to you, or what do you think was the reason he bowed like that?
Well, it's hard for me to believe that this is such a major issue because...
Well, it's just such a striking photograph.
It is an unusual photograph, but I just have to tell you, and I wish people could all meet President Obama face to face, he is a kind and sincere and gracious individual. And you really see that when you meet him face to face. And I welcomed him to Tampa and told him how honored we were to have him, and he acknowledged that. Yeah. So, you know, that's the kind of person he is, and I think that's the kind of person we want as president.
So it was a mannerly bow.
It is a mannerly acknowledgement and not something that I think deserves the kind of analysis that's been going on.
Okay.
But I can talk about high-speed rail if you'd like.
Yeah,
that deserves a great deal of analysis.
Right, and the quicker the trains go, the quicker I'll get home, because I take the train every day. Mayor, first off, can you tell me about Friday, the excitement, the president comes down? It felt like, it looked to us like a campaign stop. Did it feel that way to you?
Thursday.
On Thursday? You know, he had at the University of Tampa, it was packed. People were just very happy to see the president and the vice president. Of course, this whole region has been galvanized by the news that we will be the point between Tampa and Orlando for high-speed rail. This is a tremendous investment in the future of the state of Florida. We are the fourth most populous state, and growing into this century, we have to have an alternative transportation infrastructure other than the interstate system. And I think the kinds of investments that he's making across the country are very significant in the long term. We are going to make the most of it here, Tampa, Orlando, eventually down to Miami. That will cover eventually 67% of the state's population. So this is a great economic boon for our state.
It looked, Madam Mayor, like kind of a campaign event. I mean, it had that, those atmospherics to it. Besides, he needs Florida if he chooses to run again in a couple of years.
You know what the great thing is about watching President Obama at the town hall, in the town hall format? He can answer any question. I mean, you know, he just points to anyone in the audience. Doesn't know what the questions aren't planted. I can assure you the questions in Tampa weren't in the least bit planted. They were really, you know, any kind of question is asked. And he can answer anything, and he answers it thoroughly and with respect. And the crowd responded to that. I think that format that he uses of a town hall meeting is very effective and, you know, in keeping with the spirit of our country.
Ms. Mayor Iorio, I hope to see you at spring training.
I'll be there. I love it.
All right, the Yankees got a big facility there. It's like Junior Yankee Stadium.
Now we know the rest of the story.